Hello, friends and neighbors. How's everybody doing? We're going to have some fun today. This is just going to be experimentation time. I don't know how your camera is way off over there, honey. And it's way off. Well, that's useful. It was in the right place.
Well, I know, but the menu's sitting up there, honey.
Okay to return. That's what it says.
That's what I pressed.
Okay. All right.
The camera is sitting off.
Okay, never mind. Okay, so I've been fooling around with these for a while. This is my one finished card. I think I need to put some kind of a greeting or something in the sky up there, but can you come in? There we go. And you're still not getting a full view of what I get on my screen, or when I look at it. This looks much darker and more mountainous in the back on my view. Yeah, it's getting a little better there. Anyway, we're using the Bear stencil, and we're using the Moonflower paper pad. We're using this bear, who also comes with a kind of a mountain range stencil. And we are using the Studio Light inks that were made to go with the Studio Light papers, just for fun. These are very inexpensive. Are they the best ink pads in the world? I don't think so. But they suffice nicely, and they cost about roughly $6, six something for 5 of them, which makes the price good. And you can afford to have 5 colors, because these actually come in a 5-color pack. You can afford to have 5 colors in a color family for the price of one pad in another brand. So, you kind of get what you pay for, but at the same time, I'm actually finding them fairly useful. In addition to my stencils and my book, I have some essential cardstock out, although I only have one piece. I guess I've got some plain cardstock here I'll supplement with. Grab a couple of sheets of that. And yeah, will you look in the silver folder over here, honey, and find a nice big greeting of some sort for that to go up in the sky there? So I think that card will look a lot better if we put a greeting on it. And yeah, let's just start out by making that simple design that I made on the last bear. I am just going to go ahead and use this big cardstock because I can get a couple of designs on each. I am going to just do the light colored bear this time. And now I will tell you that the stencil, Margie and I have been talking about this. This would be an absolutely drop dead gorgeous stencil pack if they had done both this one and the reverse of this one, so that you had the opportunity to be able to change the colors in these background areas. It's kind of a little bit frustrating that you only have the opportunity to change the colors in the areas that they vacated in the stencil. But we've come up with some ways to get around that. So I'm going to start out with the number 10 pad from the Studio Light Blues pack. I'm actually using a brush, a small head brush, and for when we put the kits together for this, I'm actually going to include one of these brushes in it, because they're very useful with a delicate stencil like this. I'm calling this a delicate stencil because the little pieces move around in the stencil quite a bit. And so you'll notice I'm just holding the stencil in place. I could put some tape on here to help hold it, but I'm finding that I really kind of want the pressure right where I'm using the stencil, because the little pieces are lightweight and they move. So by having the pressure right over those areas, I'm finding it much easier. So, oh, good. Thank you. Bryce got us some stickers out to try on our finished card too. Yeah, you actually, stencil adhesive would be a good one on this, where you're just using like the spray adhesive. That would be a really good solution for a lightweight stencil like this. I actually have some of that. I could stop and put on here, but you just saw that when I put my hand down on it, I actually pulled the tree line apart because it's a very lightweight stencil. And then when you do the mountains in this background, the mountains have some long, skinny pieces coming out, and you almost have to kind of go the same direction they go in order not to have those pieces move. I'm not worrying that I'm getting a little halo around my bear, because I'm going to be drawing a line around my bear and cutting it out anyway. So I'm not too worried about that. And even though this is a very detailed pattern, I don't have to be perfect in my application because it's trees and snow, and they're going to do what they want to do anyway. I mean, there's no set pattern. So as long as I'm going in the same direction that the mountain crevices and things are going, I'm not having problems with the stencil folding up on me. But you can see it move there, can't you? Whoops. Let's see, just line that back up. Can you come in a little closer, please, on the actual work? How's Gemma doing behaviorally now that she's home, Mary? They break the biting habit? I hope so. They don't mean to hurt, they just don't understand sometimes that it hurts. I have the little moon back here and the stars. So I've got my pattern on. I'm going to take my black marker and I'm going to go around this and cut it out. Get it all lined up over that again. This really is a pretty bear. I do like the bear. They've done a lot. And cutting it out is not a nuisance. It's actually very easy cutting. So that part's nice. I just wish they'd given us a reverse stencil too. But you'll see some of the things we came up with to make it work for getting a darker background on our bear too. I'll show you those momentarily. There you go. Now you can see how our bear looks. Just going to rough cut this out so it's easier to handle than this big old piece of paper. Cut his back out while I'm doing it. This is a smooth and easy cut all the way around. Move these out of the way for now. Okay, get our bear all trimmed out here. I thought this was a nice card to start our kind of winter themed cards. Because it certainly doesn't have to be Christmas. It could be Christmassy, but it doesn't have to be Christmas. Just wintry ice and snow and such. And you can see it's not a bad cut at all. One little place we'll have to kind of poke our scissors in to get that little tiny place out, but not bad. Okay, there we go. We got our bear cut out. Let's look at our paper pack and see what we've got here for backgrounds. I could put them on a solid background if I wanted to, and just put the mountain line in if I wanted. I could make kind of a more abstract pattern of it and use the paper that's got the, let's put this over here so you can see it better. Got the pattern already on the paper. I don't think I'd be using that. This little star background actually would be really pretty. I like that a lot with these colors. Isn't that kind of nice? I like that. In our sample card, I used a fairly dark one. And that looks nice. Where did my sample card go again? What did I do with it? Huh. Well, isn't that funny? Oh, here it is. I handed it to Bryce. Let's see. I think I will use, those are too small. I probably will wish I had transfer tape for this greeting, but I'm going to try it without. We'll see. This is a long one. I'm going to make a birthday card on this one. Make sure I got it on straight. I actually got it on there pretty straight. With this just a little. Yeah, I like that now. That's pretty. Okay, so I used the dark one with this before. We'll go ahead and use it again. And I did learn something kind of fun and interesting as I was working along here. I guess my paste is dry. Okay. I wanted to create a mountain line behind my scene, and my bear comes way up on my paper, so I had to make my mountains really high. But I wanted to make a mountain line back there. And so I took my stencil of the mountains. Interestingly, on theirs, they put it in the foreground, but I like it in the background, I think. I'm going to take the darkest one of my pads, which is called a number 6, and I'm just going to go direct to paper with it. So I'm actually just coming down from my stencil line, and I'm pulling my pad down the paper. Now, one of the things I found that I thought was really interesting with this ink and this paper is that it retained all of the beautiful coloring, the clouds, kind of galaxies, celestial stuff they had going on in the background. It retained all of that while coloring it a darker blue, which I thought was really pretty. See how that's changing? And I thought that was really fun when I was putting these mountains in. As you still keep all that beautiful blue. And even the lighter elements still look lighter. But you get that richness in there. Isn't that pretty?
This looks very masculine.
Excuse me? Oh. I'll clean up a little ink on my board here so it's not getting all over my project. It would have been on my desk. See it? Progress is being made. Let's try our bear. Now, the other thing about this stencil is the stencil's almost 6 inches, so if I put the bear right on the card, he really kind of overshadows everything. So what I did instead was I used a 7-inch card. And I'm going to cut this card down this time just for interest sake, just so it's a little different than my original, because this one I used the 7. This time I'm going to cut this down, and I think I'm going to cut it to 6.5. Oh, I didn't know why that was giving me such a hard time about cutting, probably just the angle I was trying to do it. It's also 350 GSM card, 2 layers, and I'm pulling hard on it. So if I use a 6.5, and then I want a piece of silver here too. So I'm going to use a 7x7 silver. And I'm going to cut that to 6.25. I'll put my background on top of there. And then I'll put it on here. Might find it looked better in my bigger one than it does with this one because my bear is so big, but we'll find out. We'll compare them. It'll be okay.
Put up a couple more of the 2 box sets. They're when they looked, there was only one.
We can make more of the 2 box sets, guys. I put up. We started with 2 of the 2 box sets because I didn't know how many people were going to want that, and I started with 2. And then I added, the 2 sold out immediately. And rather than having it look like we didn't have those, I moved some of the 1 box kits to 2. And Margie's changing those today. And then we can, yeah, there's just 1 left of those now. So we have to look at the order that just came in because I think there might be feet in there.
Will there be feet?
I think
Do you want me to see if that?
Well, I mean, you could look on the, you could take my computer, I guess. After class, we can do it anyway, though.
Okay.
I think I might have ordered feet in my last order.
Okay.
If I don't have enough right now, we'll have them in a week or so. You guys bring your boxing gloves? Are you ready for the main event? There's no way to reject the call here.
Just push the power button on the side.
This one?
No, the power button on the side.
Oh, okay. Anyway, let's turn that off, shall we? There we go. Okay. There we go. That looks pretty. Look at that cloudiness now. I think that's gorgeous. Watching Rocky tomorrow. So anyway, if you want the 2 box set and we're out, please don't worry, I'll have more up in a week or so. So I forgot to cut out this little doogie here. Let's cut that up. Ow. Just poked myself with my scissors. My fingers are so ink stained from playing with this stuff all afternoon, guys. So, excuse my hands looking terrible today, but that's what happens when you play with ink all day. Okay. This little place between his legs is the only really delicate cut in this. That person just isn't going to go away, are they?
You want me to answer?
You can if you want to. You can grab my phone over here. Or at least take it over there so if they decide to call again, you can answer it. Okay. I'm going to ink up just a little bit around the outside. Hello there. Right after dropping my pad.
Betty says, car warranty calling.
Probably. It's the most annoying calls that insist on calling time after time after time. Although not always. Our Google Maps listing for Simply Special just shows us as a craft store, and there's no way to show that we're an online store. So I've been getting a lot. The good news is the Google Ads map listing is working. The bad news is it's attracting a whole bunch of people who want to come and shop, and we don't have an actual storefront. We're all internet. So those people are out looking for us, and they're calling over and over again because they're out looking. And they're saying it couldn't possibly be in this area. And so they're trying to reach me by phone, and they're calling over and over again because they're out looking. And I can't blame them because it doesn't say we're internet only.
Two questions.
Can you put in by appointment only? Because I've seen that on Google Maps.
Oh no. Annette got her finger stuck in tissue paper and super glue. I'm going to go ahead and put this up on some tape. Yes, Bob liked his Smash book, and everybody else that was here really liked his Smash book. I'll have to kind of remind him about it now and again so we get it out and look at it. But I figured when he was done having it on his table, I'm going to open it up and put it on his wall. Because there's no reason why it wouldn't look great on his wall, just all opened up. But yes, he liked it. He likes anything having to do with that dog. That dog makes him so happy. And if he looks around the room and the dog isn't right there, or he doesn't see the dog, he wants to know, where's the dog? Where's the dog? I bet he asked Bryce, 5 times last night while we were watching TV? Where's the dog? The dog's behind my head. Oh, okay. Where's the dog? Over by Debbie. Where's the dog? Between my feet. And then when you go to bed, I have to tell him, oh, Teddy's gone to bed with Bryce. A while later, I'll say, where's the dog? I'll say, Teddy went to bed with Bryce. Oh, I better go to bed too then. He's so cute, though. So cute.
Berta just says she just ordered the last one that's up.
Okay, we'll get some more tea box kits put up for you guys. We have plenty of supplies of everything except the feet. I under-ordered the feet. So we'll have, I believe we might have some here, but
Feet, no more.
wear tissue on your fingertips for a week. He really loves that dog, though, I'll tell you. He and Teddy. They're just a twosome, too. Teddy will go over if he thinks he's not getting enough attention, and he'll take a toy and drop it right on Bob's chest. Hi, did I show you my toy? And Bob will always take time to love him and pet him. He can't walk by without petting the dog. It just must be done. Of course, he's that way with the cats and all the other critters in our house, too. So, there we go. There's our bear. I put him up on a little bit of foam just to accentuate him just a little bit. Let's see what we have for another sticker here. It'd be nice to have one that's a little heavier. We'll try this one. I did not see his tree ornament yet, but you know, our mail was so messed up by the snow and ice. We didn't get any mail for 3 days, and I think everything is kind of backed up. So it probably will be here in the next day or two.
It may be. He got a whole pile of cards.
Oh, that's true. He did.
And it overwhelmed him to open so many at once. So I kind of had to set them aside, and I put 2 a day on his table to open. And that's working out much better for him. So.
Oh, so it's probably here already.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. A little heavier happy birthday, I think, works well on there. Maybe I'm going to drop the birthday down. Let's try that. Use up more of this space. There we go. I like that better. So isn't that kind of fun what happens with that paper in the background when we add the ink directly to it? I thought that was fun. Here's the wider border. I think I like the wider border better, actually. And the narrower border. What do you guys think?
The wider border makes the bear look smaller.
Yeah, it does. The bear isn't quite so huge on the wider border because I could put him off the edge of the paper. What do you guys think? Wider or narrower?
Eddie, I know he loves his cards because every time he opens them and he gets up and comes across the room to show them to me. So
I agree, Brenda. I think the wider border is better. Okay, let me show you some of the other bears I've concocted, and we'll make another card or two. So I was trying to get a colored background. I'll show you this one first. I was trying to get a colored background to my bear. So I put my regular stencil on, and then I went in and tried coloring the stencil with my different color inks. And it's sort of okay, but I don't love it. So this was my first attempt. So then on this one, I colored my entire background just on a piece of paper. And then I put my stencil over it, and I used a snow pen, and I colored my trees and heated them and colored my mountains. And I do like this one better. So we can put this on a card. And then, just before we started here today, I tried this one, and I took a piece of the actual background paper. I put my stencil on it, and I used my pearl colored gilded touch gilding wax on it. And I think I like this one the best of the three. So I think we should cut this out and put it on a card and see what we get. So let's go ahead and do that. A few pieces here. So this is directly to the moonflower paper. So you get some natural color variations in the paper. And I do like this a lot. I was just looking for something. It would be if you had white paste or some of that moonstone paste, which we've sold out of, and I don't believe I have any in the classroom. But if you had some of that moonstone paste or some white paste, going through the stencil with paste would be really good, I think. And I actually started in this one with my bear kind of off the paper already. So this one, the bear's kind of cut off. Unfortunately, I can't put any of the white gilding wax into the kits for this because we are out. But I am going to get in touch with the distributor and ask when we'll see more, because we've sold out of a lot of the colors of the gilding wax now. It's a good product. I like it very much. To apply this, I just put the gilding wax on my finger and rubbed it over the stencil. So that's how we got this color. He's cutting out that little spot on his leg again. I'm going to put a little ink around it again. I think I do like that. It kind of disguises my cutting lines without having to go in and move everything. And it just kind of creates some definition to our bear. So I'm just going to ink around this a little bit, direct to paper. These little petal-shaped ink pads are useful when you're trying to get into all these little areas. You can kind of just poke them in here and there without getting more ink than you intend. It's kind of fun to do a project like this now and again where you're not really stamping and you're not really using a kit. You're kind of creating things almost from scratch, but you have coordinating products, so it just works. Let's see what here it is. Let's see what kind of paper we have. This is going to look good on.
Brown.
Huh?
Brown. Or
this is all blues. This is what he looks like if I put him on the astrological kind of paper. I don't think I care for that. He might look good on here. He does look pretty good on there. Let's see what else we have. That teal kind of color is pretty.
It stands out a lot better there.
If we put a mountain behind him, I think that would look nice. You want to
Yeah.
try that? Bryce is saying try that. So let's see what happens if we just put a mountain on here. So get our dark pad again. I don't know that we need the actual darkest one, but I think we'll go with the
What
dark one.
about the light pad? Make it a light mountain.
We can try it. I don't know how much contrast we'll get, but you know, it doesn't hurt to try. I got 2 more cards since I showed them to you. Really beautiful cards. Really beautiful cards from Irene and from Glenn. You haven't seen those yet, have you? Yeah, on the sofa where I opened them last night with the mail. This isn't changing the color very much at all, but it might change it enough to just kind of get a different skyline there. Let's see. Oh yeah, look there. And if we wanted to, we could flip this stencil over and do another one in front of it, although I don't know that it really would warrant doing that because our bear is so big. Oh, that looks pretty cool, I think. What do you think? I think that looks pretty cool.
If you used your dark and then did just the tips of the mountains tops.
I could try that. I can go like 2 shades darker without going super dark.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of having all these coordinating ink pads. Bryce is recommending that I come in and make the tips of the mountains a little darker. Just the upper part. Oops, got it a little darker than I wanted. The risk of direct to paper. But you know, sometimes you just make something a little darker.
You know,
Huh?
some snowfall acetate behind your bear.
You don't want much, do you? Now he wants snowfall acetate behind the bear.
Well,
Let's see if I have one here. You've got a snowfall acetate, Margie?
yeah, I can grab some.
So when I finished my Christmas, I think I moved most of mine off. No, it's black cardstock. I don't need much. I need a 6x6. Well, they're looking for snowfall acetate. I'm going to have a little swig of my Mio.
Said you don't need
Here,
much though.
here's,
I need 6x6.
or we've got bigger snowflakes.
This will work.
That works. Perfect.
It's actually just a little short, but I can make it work.
I've
I
got
cut my
more.
card down just a little.
I have a full sheet, Debbie, if you want.
Do you have a full sheet?
Or I've got bigger snowflakes if you want that.
Okay. Honey wants snowfall acetate. He gets snowfall acetate.
You know, she has bragged about how well you are starting to come up with ideas and things. Now,
I've created a
we'll
monster.
see.
Yeah. Now it's not appreciated.
Oh, I think that it still is because she was just bragging last week.
I was.
They heard your voice. They're saying hello, Margie.
Hi, guys.
Okay.
And that says that She doesn't normally do shaker cards, but the donkeys just had to be a shaker card.
The donkey shaker card was too cute, actually.
She also did the rabbit in the flower pot as a shaker.
There we go. Got some snowfall acetate. We got our. Where'd our bear go now? There's our bear. Okay, it's looking pretty cool, I gotta say. Bryce just perked up.
Well, Betty also had the snowfall acetate idea.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to put my foam tape on my bear, put my bear down to my paper before I attach my acetate to the card, and that way I can see where I have to put my adhesive to hide it so it's not showing. It'll all stay behind the bear that way. Mary says, keep the cameraman happy, Debbie.
You heard her.
Now he's smiling at that whole concept. I didn't ever say hi to everybody today.
No.
Hello, Betty and Roberta, Mary, Annette, Irene, Brenda. Hi, Brenda.
Mary and Mary T.
Mary R. and Mary T.
Thelma's out there too somewhere.
Is Thelma out there too?
She was there at the very beginning.
Okay. Hello, Thelma. Okay.
I think that's the majority.
All right. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. But
There's Thelma.
okay. All right. So we're gonna put our bear on our acetate. And then we'll use the outline of the bear to decide where to hide our adhesive to put our acetate to our card. There we've got our bear on. That looks good. That looks really good. Okay, now we're going to flip this over and we'll go ahead and put our tape down on this side. So we'll be able to see where we can put the tape to hold the acetate to the card without having it show. Some nice pieces of adhesive behind our bear there. We will do it, Mary. We will tell him that his friends online said hello and happy 2023. One of these days we got to get him back out here to come and say hi to everybody because he always likes it when he does that. We have to convince him now he wants to walk outside because it's cold. Although he'll walk outside for his squirrels. Sometimes he even tries to go out when he shouldn't after his squirrels. We had all that ice the other day, and he was insisting he was going to go feed his squirrels. And he said, I can do it. And out the door he went. And the next thing I knew, he had dropped a container off the deck, and he wanted to head down the slippery stairs. I put my foot down there and said, you can't do that. He looked at me like, tell me I can't do anything. And I said, you will make your daughter-in-law a nervous wreck if you do that. And he came back. So Bryce will get that container for you when he gets home. Do not go down those stairs. He's a stubborn old guy. I love him dearly, but he's a stubborn old guy.
So you take after your mom then, like this.
Yeah, he's a stubborn old guy too.
That's not very nice,
Who you call old?
That's true. He's not as old as me.
with a glint in his eye as he says it.
Yes. Did you notice how happy he was? Oh, I like this, guys. This is beautiful. Look at this. That's gorgeous. Yeah, me too, Mary. But there was nothing doing. He was going to go feed those squirrels. I made him another new stocking cap for Christmas. He's been wearing it 24/7. He's got it on in the house. And he seems pretty happy about it. I'm not going to put silver on this one. I think that the shiny of the...
It really makes the snow acetate pop.
Isn't that pretty? Okay. And we still need a greeting. Get it straight, a little off, tiny bit higher on this end. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? Oh my gosh, that's pretty. Wowzer. That snowfall acetate really makes it. And the highlighting of the hills. It really does. It's gorgeous. Love that. Okay, let's see if we can make something out of one of these. This is the one with the snow on it. The snow pen. That was really fun. I love that. Let's see what else we have here. Is that the bear? Nah. That doesn't look good. Is that the bear? Not quite. We might have to do the same thing and kind of make our own paper again. Huh?
Turn it over.
What? Turn what
Go
over?
back to that piece of paper. There you go. And make those look like clouds. So turn your bear. So he's like that. And then when you put your mountains, it'll kind of go through those clouds.
Yeah,
That kind of looks like the Northern Lights.
it does, sort of. Okay. I really like what happened with just that green when we put the stencil on it. I also have this one. We could do the same. Which one you like?
I think I like them both, actually. I mean, I like.
Okay. Let's see what we get. Not sure the colors necessarily match, but maybe after we put the mountain in, that one would. This one, at least, the blues kind of.
Yeah, maybe the lighter better with the clouds.
Do this one.
Oh.
Might have to do something else to this bear to put the white back in. We'll do that. Well, we're still good on time. Yeah, we've only been at it an hour. Okay, so we want to put the mountains in the back of this one too. So we're going to have them down about there.
There's Mary Gasson.
Hi, Mary Glasson. Good to see you. Okay, and we're going to use a fairly dark one, I think, because this is already dark. But it still should let us see those clouds based on our prior experience. Let's see. Directing to paper technique again. I do like that these pads let you do this without the foam just rolling. That's what our hunky-dory pads did when we tried direct to paper. They just rolled up on us, didn't they? Okay. We can try deepening those a little bit more with another color right at the tops. Let's see what happens when we do that. Because I did like the effect we got with our Lost Mountains doing this. Yeah, it just kind of highlighted the tops of those mountains just a little. Okay, and I have to admit I like the snowfall acetate enough. We should try that again. Did we just get one sheet of this snowfall acetate last time?
You got one sheet. I have another one.
Okay, I need another one.
Sheet.
Yeah. I could cut my card down just a little and use this one. But Bryce has another full sheet, so I'll save those for smaller cards. Might as well keep two of them out if you have two there. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing here.
It counts.
I don't know why I'm doing it that way. I know that my paper is 6 by 6. Let's just trim it. It's just too much work that way. Okay, we've got that. Let's do the silver. And the wider card. Pretty. Make just a little wider than normal border and see what happens. So it's just 6 1/4. I'm going to do 6 3/8. Which will kind of divide that extra space from the 7-inch card. That looks nice. A little extra silver. That looks nice. Okay, which bear are we supposed to be using? This one. And then I can run him off the edge again. I do like that. That looks beautiful. How about if you look in the stickers there in the colored sticker file and see if you've got what we've got in white for greeting? I am going to come around the edge of this bear a bit more with some darker color. Just add a little extra dimension to him. A little extra color. Oops. Little extra glob of color there, but it won't show that much anyway. Well, there we go, like that. Okay, so we have to decide where our bear is going to go in our picture so we can attach him to the acetate. Kind of center this a little bit. I think we'll walk him off the edge a little bit. So we're going to put him about right there. I'll get some dimensional tape. Put on the back of our bear. There we go. Needs to be white.
What?
I said it's going to need to be white instead of black because black won't show.
No, we only have one white sticker.
I only have one white one up here. Okay, well, we might have to go with silver if the white doesn't work for some reason. Okay, I'll stick my bear on my acetate about where I want the card to go. Pick up my acetate now. My phone tape stuck to my mirror board. I'd have to cut that off just a tad. Be right back to my 8th by the time I get rid of that stickiness. Okay. Now I'm going to put my adhesive on. Keep my bear in place there. Peel this off.
She's coming upstairs.
Okay, put our acetate onto our background paper. That nice and matched up.
You?
That looks pretty good. And we're going to get our mirror board put on our background. Got that off just a little bit on the side, but it's not going to show because it's behind the bear. So I'll just trim off the extra. All right, let's put this mirror board down.
Do you need some foam squares?
Huh? No.
Do you need some foam squares for acetate?
Do not stick there till I'm ready. Forgot that adhesive on the bear was still loose. Okay, I'm going to put some glue on this one so I can slide it a little this way or that if necessary. A little extra acetate at the top. Getting rid of that.
There's some still sticking out a little bit.
Oops. There we go. There we go. That looks good. glue all over my fingers.
You get to move that, right? Because it's upside down.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thelma says, someone said put hand lotion on your hands before you mess with ink.
Good idea. Margie just cleaned me up, and I thank you, Betty. That was probably you that mentioned it. Margie mentioned it too. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, we do have big white stickers. Let's see what we got here. Kind of hard to see. Smile. Celebrate. Thank you. Thoughts. Sending thoughts. Happy birthday. Sincere sympathy. Keeping you in my heart. I think we're going to use thank you. Good time of year for sending thank yous.
Roberta says, if I could just get these dot and do to stop flying everywhere, I'll be doing okay.
One of those is not straight.
I understand.
I do. All the nights I go in with little stickers in my hair.
Best trick is that rolling it onto your finger.
It really does work well.
But it doesn't, some of them bounce after they've rolled off your finger onto your tweezers.
That is true too. Come on. Don't tear up because I only have one thank you. There we go. There we go.
That one turned out pretty.
Isn't it pretty?
Is that
so
the
happy
snow
with these.
one?
Huh? This is the
Is
snow.
that the snow?
And then there's going to be another snow because we're going to use this one and see if we can repair this card by putting snow over the top of the, using a snow pen.
I bet you can.
And this is the one that I tried to ink, and I just didn't like the way it looked when it was all blue. So I'm going to come in with a snow pen and try to see if I can dot over these snow lines and bring some of the snow back. That's my thinking anyway. Will it work? Not sure. Can't hurt to try though, huh? Doesn't seem to do much when we're putting it down, but I noticed before that I didn't get a lot of color when I put it down, but when I heated it, it turned white. We do have these snow pens back in the store. They'd gotten taken out.
I hadn't moved them just yet. Are you ready for me to do that?
Yeah, go ahead and just put them back in. When we were doing our removal of products from the shelf that might be near their shelf life, we removed these, but these have an extremely long life because they're really well sealed. So we're putting these back in. Let's see how this works. If I'd wait for this to dry more, we would probably get more snow, lifted snow, But all I'm looking for right now is just some white. I'm not getting much of that, so I think I need to shake my pen up. Back in over this again. Not getting a lot of snow effects there. I also didn't try going over.
Build it.
Huh?
You can really build it with these markers too. So I really like that about them. I really do like these markers. They're probably one of my favorites.
Get a little more ink on there this time and see if that helps build that white up some more. Pushed it down and got a little more ink flow going. See if we can get some white in these hillsides. Like I said, this is just a rescue attempt for this card, so never know. It might just be too dark to go over with white and have it come through. But we'll find out. You get the most effect, I believe, based on the packaging if you let this dry, but you can get effect from it even when it's wet. Oh yeah, here we go. Now we've got some stuff happening. So I think for the kit for this one, all I will put in is some 7x7 cards. Might put a little mirror board in the 7x7. We'll have the ink pads, the stencil, and the book. I will show you another book here in a minute. You'll have the choice of 2 books. I've been using All the Blues book, but I think with the colors in this other book and the blue pads, you would have some really interesting choices from the other book as well. I couldn't decide which one to get, so I got them both. So you will also need, oh, and you get the brush. I forgot to say the brush. I'm going to definitely have some build up there because I got that deep, deeper than I intended. And I can maybe move some of it.
Okie dokie, it is on the store.
Okay, so if you want the snow pen, you'll need to order that separately. How much flow you get depends on how hard you press. Don't press too hard or it'll just come squishing out. Does that sound like the voice of experience?
I use it like the paint pens where you use it on a separate piece of paper to push it and get it to the moisture you want and then use it. Otherwise, I end up with a little puddle at first.
Definitely are getting some white in here now. On both sides. Mountains. It's mountains more than hills. They are getting some white back into it. I like that. Oops. I think we're going to be able to salvage the card.
You can see it now. Did a good job.
I'm trying to decide if it wants any more, if I just want to stop. Maybe one of those times you should just stop. Okay, so let's get our mountains built in the back. Bryce wanted the ink to come down over the clouds so we could see the mountains kind of going up into the clouds. I think I'll use this one, which is the number 9. Maybe not 9. 9's pretty light. I think I'll use number 7 for this mountain, and then I'll use the number 6, which is darker for the outline. I just think that's so interesting how it changes the color of the paper, but it leaves all the variations in color in place. So you just end up with a little different tone in those. I think that's pretty cool. This is one case where using the ink by the same manufacturer probably is making a big difference. So I'm not sure you'd get the same effects from a different ink. Now I'm going in with the darkest color to just do my little bit of shading along the mountaintops.
Roberta, to answer your question, my dad got sick about 3 days before Christmas. So we are actually not having Christmas until Sunday. But I will let Emma know what you said.
There's our mountains. Let's see how our little slightly snowy bear. Oh, by the way, if you want to do this and you want the bear coming the opposite direction, cut it out and then stencil it. I actually did this on the other side and didn't like it, so I flipped it around, but that left me stenciling from the other direction. And I do like the way it turned out.
It looks really good with that darker color.
Okay, so let's put this, I probably have an 8x8 here I can cut down. I think I need one more 7x7 out. I can cut an 8x8 if I have to.
Just for time's sake.
I use the 8x8. Okay. All right. My gun. Cut my card. And again. I do like that with the white. That looks nice. And I think we want a piece of silver again, which I have right here. Narrow without the silver. I think I'm on board with the silver thumb.
She said that a little while ago, so
Okay.
it may have been something different. I wonder if Rainbow would pick up some of the blues.
Ooh, I do like that. Well, just in the interest of time, the stickers I have are silver, so I'm going to go that way. I do think I'm going to use the... You guys were so right with the snowfall acetate. So very right. Annette wants to know how your dad's doing now.
Oh, he was sick for about 3 days, and the day before Christmas, he said, "I think that will come up on Monday." So I said, "Okie dokie." So I had them all set up in their new house for looking like Christmas. They haven't officially moved in yet, but we moved a bed down there and moved some extra things so that they would have a place that would be their own when they come to stay, to try and get all of their moving processes done. And to visit for Christmas. Because we got a bigger house, but we ended up with only 2 bedrooms instead of 3, which is kind of interesting.
They may not know or fully realize that there's another whole house on the property, though.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to turn this a little bit?
Yeah.
So, when we were looking for a house, we were looking to put a secondary home on the property for my folks. And they call them here hardship homes. They can either be additional dwelling units, but if they're additional dwelling units, it has to only be 800 square feet unless you build up. Well, stairs and elderly do not work so well. And my mom's going to hate that I use the word elderly.
Just don't tell her.
But
don't tell
as they continue to get older, my mom has a tough time with the stairs. My dad can still do stairs. And so we knew that building up 800 square feet and then moving up to make it 1,600 square feet wasn't possible. So we tried setting things up, but in order to have a larger home than 800 square feet that was flat, you have to have a hardship home. And the hardship home means you get a letter from your doctor that states that you need help with care. And then you can have that home only for the time period that someone is having a hardship. So trying to find 2 houses on the same property that has larger than an 800 square foot home on it was nearly impossible. So we were going to put on a home. And then at the last moment, we pulled out of an offer that we had made during the timeline that we could. And we had found a place that has 2 homes on it. And the hardship home was for his mother for 6 years. And she just moved to another state, and they decided that it was time. She moved in with the other son. And so they decided that it was now time for them to move and go live back in the city where they really wanted to be. So, or closer to the city. So, they put the house up for sale, and it can only be used as a hardship home. So they couldn't count it towards the property value. So we basically found a 6-acre home with 6 acres with a home on it, plus a hardship home that, since my parents qualify for getting their letter, they can just make it their own and then move in. And that was a long story. So I'm done. Oh, and to top that all off, my mom couldn't have her hands full because she sprained her ankle on both sides. So she's in a boot and couldn't walk for about 4 days.
I didn't hear that. Oh, gosh. That's Glenda that you guys see online here sometimes. You know that. And this house is, what, a half hour, 45 minutes closer than the one you made the offer on initially.
It's about 15 minutes closer.
Is that all it is?
Yep.
Huh.
Just because where we were looking in Castle Rock is a straight shot down the
Okay.
interstate. You were quick. Do you want to come back?
That's a loaded question. See, the answer's loaded.
Well, I'm working on the card you inspired, so I need to comment.
You're so funny. Look it, I am getting her office clean, so I have my hands full if you are okay with continuing.
Yes.
Okay. It's almost tax time, so I told Margie we got to get the office livable. Okay. Going to put this mirror board down with some tape. Oh, they're doing pretty good now, Mary. Yeah. I kid you not, Mary R. It's a very nasty word. Very, very nasty word around here. I get grouchy when I do taxes. At least Margie's doing the sales taxes, so I don't have to do year-end sales taxes and income taxes. Margie's been doing a fine job keeping the sales taxes up. So that part's good. Left my bottle open again. No longer wearing my shock collar though, so you guys can't zap me for it. I just don't like doing the taxes, Thelma. I don't like paying them either, honestly, but I especially don't like doing them. Okay, let's see. What do we got for greetings here? How about just because? Just because would be nice up here. So we saved the card. Oops. We saved the card that I felt like I messed up with the ink by putting some snow on it. And we did just didn't go down flat. It's unusual. They usually just pop right on there. There we go. How's that? That's the one I didn't expect to use. So I still could use a little more snow on there, I think. I could put just a little more on there. Then I think we'll quit. But let's put just a little more snow pen on there. Then we'll look at the 4 cards we've done. They're all different, and they're all beautiful, which is kind of fun. Oops, got that really thick. I'll pick some up and move it. Just a little more snow effect on there. See if we can get that just a little bit wider. The snow line and cover up some of this blue. A paint pigment pen would work well for this too. I was just thinking about that. I think I had one of those in the drawer over there. I could have tried also. Oh, and I had a white pen right there. Yeah, let's try this. I'm really liking this now. This is better. Where'd that snow pen go again? I kind of bubbled my, I didn't think about that. Kind of bubbled my acetate a little bit. Didn't think about putting it on over the acetate. I have to be careful of my acetate this time. Okay, I'm going to quit. There we go. Got more snow on the hills. And kind of rippled my acetate just a little bit in the process of doing that. Still beautiful. Okay, let's see what we've got here. You guys believe we did 4 cards together and one before we started? Here's the first one that we just put the sticker on. Here's the first one with the snow and the white, thank you. Here's the one with the pearl. This is just green. And then the 2 inks. I think that's actually one of my favorite backgrounds. Here's our last one. Oh, that's the second one, actually. Before we started putting the rainbow, or I think I'm going to have to change out this piece of, actually I can do it pretty easy. I'm going to change out this piece of acetate because I don't like the way I bubbled it. And I think I can just cut it off so that it doesn't show and tape it up again. I don't like the way that bubbled. That makes me unhappy. I'll just put another piece under here. Just cutting it out so it doesn't show. I'll put another piece under there and then it'll be like I didn't do that.
Great fix. But we will still know.
You will still know. That is true.
No, that's just funny. Because everybody knows that you can't do it right every single time.
I could look at what he just looks like on there without the acetate. He actually looks pretty good without the acetate too, I have to say. I thought, what is that? It's a little piece of acetate showing. There we go. There he is without the ripple in the acetate anyway.
I like it without the acetate.
It actually looks really good anyway. I think I'm just going to stick it down. So we have made 5 cards in the last hour and 45 minutes. What do you guys think? Do you want me to put the snow pens in the kits or not? I don't expect there will probably be a huge number of sales of kits of this, simply because we don't tend to sell a lot of them when I don't have the kit done before class. But if you guys tell me what you would like, I will build the kit accordingly. You will get a paper pad. You will get a brush. You will get the 5 ink pads and the stencil. And then the snow pen I will leave up to you because some of you probably have that already. Any thoughts on that one? And walk my bear right off the edge of my cart here. Oh! Shoot. Well, now I'll fix the sky. Now that I fixed the bear, put it on upside down. So, let's see. Let's get a little light chalk, a little light ink here. And let's ink on this sky. Which is probably still going to show. Darn it. And I'll work on this some more. I don't need to fix this all right now. Work on it some more when we're off the air. But that is taking care of it. This ink a little darker. And then over here, just so it looks like it belongs. I messed up my side. Wow.
Maybe we should stop.
Maybe I should stop here soon. Okay. So the tea box kits are up for the singles. And if you want a double, just hang out a day or two. As soon as we get those legs available, we'll put some more of those tea box kits up. They really are quite beautiful, and it really is fun to make. So I commend you guys who are getting those, because you are just going to have a lot of fun making those. Remember that you have to have your own tea box, so you'll want to order some teas in with those lightweight boxes that you can cover up. So you will want that. Annette, oops. Yeah, I tell you, sometimes I'm a goofball. And you guys get to see it all, because that's the kind of channel we have. There we go. Okay, he's fixed. All right, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to touch that anymore. I'm going to... I don't see any opinions on the kit, so I'll put it together my own way, and then you can make your own decisions whether it's something that you would want to try. I do love the bear. I do love the way these are turning out. These are going to be fabulous masking or masculine cards. They can be for anybody, but they'll be great for the guys too. So there's our one we just fixed. And 5. Okay. All right, to hold the cost down, I'll probably put like 3 7x7 cards and 3 mirror boards. That way you can make more as you like, but you won't have as much tied up in the kit. I wanted to show you the other paper pad to see, so you can see what they are. This one's got some other colors in it. And there's going to be, some of these papers are going to be great for other projects too. But you can see why I thought both of them would look good with the blues. A couple papers you can't use for the bears, but mostly things you could. Okay, so without the pen, Okay. So you have your choice of the 2 paper pads. This one is called, what is this one called? Good question. What's the difference between these two? This is Moonflower. This is also Moonflower. Okay, this one that's all blue is the 22, and we'll say blue. And then this one that has the pinks in it too is number 23. And we'll say the pinks and blues. Okay? So there we go. That's your kit choices. And I think that is it for this project for today, Saturday. No, not this Saturday. This next Saturday we have no class because it's New Year's. The following Saturday we're going to have the calendar, either birthday calendar or craft journal class. That is Saturday the what, honey? Saturday the 7th. Saturday the 7th will be our journal class. I still have a few of these online. They are getting a little bit more slim. And we will have more of the tea box kits going up just as soon as we can get more feet in. We have the singles, but we'll have more of the doubles going up as soon as we get more feet. Okay? All right. Are there any questions about what we did today? Comments about what we did today? Comments about life in general, or questions about life in general? If you want to know the meaning of life, that's a longer discussion. This kit will go up in the next couple of days. And yeah, you guys are going to have such fun doing the tea boxes. Just such fun. It's going to be great. All right. If there are no questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom, if you haven't mashed that like button, please hit that like button. It makes me feel good, and it lets YouTube know that they can trust referring our channel. Speaking of referring our channel, if you would refer your friends and crafty friends and family to our YouTube channel and our store, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss any of what we're up to. It's always fun. I think that's it for now. So happy New Year to everybody. Stay safe, and we will see you in the new year. We'll next see you, I guess, on What's New Wednesday. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who did not read your newsletter last night, please note that the manager's year-end special and Christmas sale is continued for 2 extra days. And I put up several hundred more Christmas listings last night. So even if you looked before, look again. I'll put a link to the sale right under this video. Okay? All right, stay well, friends. We'll see you in the new year. For now, I'm going to say good night, Gracie.